feel that knock? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit.
Welcome to the show. It's your host, Rick H., the greatest podcaster of all time. Welcome to another episode of the greatest podcast ever created, episode 213. My co-host, co-pilot, producer / gay lover, Caba's here.
Yo. Ease up on that last part.
And if you're wondering, me and Caba got a clothing line. You heard? This is the hoodie. I mean, this is the first. It's a sample, though. Hit me up on the DM. You know, we'll give you the retail prices for it. Yeah, that's what this is right here. So, welcome to the pod. Another solo episode, just me and Caba. We got a lot to talk about. I'm super excited. I have major wood with the NFL playoffs, soft wood with WWE, and double wood with baseball. So we'll get into it right now. So far, the playoffs have played out a little differently than I thought. Last episode, I said we would have 49ers versus Ravens.
Yeah, you did.
Caba said something else.
I did say that I really wanted Detroit to make it, but I just couldn't see it happening. First half, they had me, though. And then for the other side, I've always stood on this. The reason why the Ravens didn't want to give Lamar that big contract in the offseason was because they see what I see. He is never going to win you a big game that has anything to do with playoffs. If it's a playoff game, he will choke. If he's versing competition, it's a choke.
All right.
He didn't even show up.
I wouldn't go that far.
He didn't even show up. He had one good play that whole game.
I wouldn't go that far. I think he's still getting his feet wet. Not even Mahomes was that good
How are you
right
still
away.
getting your feet wet? There's nothing wrong. I'm not taking no shots at him. He's a phenomenal seasoned quarterback. There's been phenomenal seasoned quarterbacks.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, 100%. Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both of those guys have won chips, but it was a lot of help from their defenses at the time that were the top in the league.
So you think Lamar never wins one?
I mean, maybe he gets a crazy Ray Lewis defense. I don't think if you're relying on him to get you there the way Mahomes is going to get you there, the way Tom Brady was going to get you there.
I thought you were about to say the way my hoes get me.
Them too. It's not going to happen like that either.
Yeah, I think, all right. So I really thought they were my favorites, the Ravens.
Yeah,
for a lot of reasons.
They were, 13-3?
Yeah,
Phenomenal
first seed. They looked decent in that first game.
Mahomes' first game in the playoffs on the road.
Yeah. I was like, okay, Lamar did something so people could quiet down the noise. And, small wins like that, they do something for a player. Like the level of comfortability comes back and they remember, I'm fucking Lamar Jackson. I think somebody needed to go up to him at halftime like, yo, you Lamar fucking Jackson. You the man.
Yeah, but
wake the fuck up.
That is who that's what I'm saying. That is who he is. There's contenders and there's pretenders. We see it in every sport.
I don't think he's a pretender.
All the time. He's a pretender.
I think it's too early to say that. For me, in my opinion, my personal
Not that the talent isn't there, but I literally was on the phone with somebody talking about the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was Chiclet.
Yeah.
We were on the phone, and he's like, yo, when you coming over, I'm going to order some food so we can watch the second game together. Yeah. I'm like, all right, whatever. We start talking about.
I have to text Cheeks. He didn't invite me, but all right, cool.
It's a long way for you. So we're watching the game, and as I look up at the screen, I'm telling him, I'm like, because he had money on the Ravens, and I'm like, you shouldn't have done it just because I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Maybe somebody did some bad juju to the Ravens. Something's going to happen that's just the football gods are the ones that did it.
That was an ugly game.
And what happened the second I said that? We looked up at the screen, fumble in the end zone. Ravens turn over the ball. that would have tied up the game or at least put them ahead. It was one
So
of the
you're
other.
saying Cheeks is the reason why the Ravens lost?
No. I'm saying Lamar
Well,
and the
him
Ravens.
betting on them.
Lamar and the Ravens can go 16-0 in the season. I'll still put money for them to lose first round.
Damn.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, so the whole Super Bowl logo thing, the last couple of years, you see the two teams, the colors
the
of the
color
teams.
scheme.
The less color you see, that's the one that wins. That's one reason. They just look so good throughout the whole season that I was like, them and the Niners were the teams that I never really got too shaky about. I felt like they were steady. Yeah, they had those games that they lost that they should have won. That happens to every team.
Niners are the real deal because they've been having quarterback problems for the last 2 years, switching people in and out, and it hasn't affected their winning. So that's how you know that team is the real deal. McCaffrey
it's
and
not
them
like
boys.
it's not like the Jets.
McCaffrey and them boys. If Purdy's hurt, if Purdy's banged up, if he's just not there head wise in the game, those guys could just be like, "Yo, let me get the ball. I got you. I'll carry us this quarter."
I mean, they got CMC running the ball and catching the ball.
Yeah.
And then they got Deebo Samuels with that defense. It was an ugly game. So when I saw the Ravens lost, I was like, it would be great if the Detroit Lions win their game against the Niners. Not that I was rooting against San Francisco. It just would be a good story to see. I don't want to see Eminem and Taylor
It was still a crazy
in the
story.
Super Bowl. It is. I like the Lions. But that whole game to me was like crazy. Like I wasn't watching the game because I was driving.
Oh, you missed a
I looked
crazy
at the
game.
score and I was like, yo.
At one point, it was 20,
Detroit.
24-7.
Yup. Detroit, okay.
Second half was a different game.
Different. I got home and I saw the whole second half.
Yeah, I think Detroit only scored one touchdown that game. After
And
the second half.
not going for field goals did Dan Campbell in.
And then the one time that he was supposed to probably on the final touchdown that they got, go for two, or the second to last touchdown. He should have went for two. That way, if you get the ball back, you can go for a field goal to win the game. And they didn't go for it that time.
There was also that last play when they scored. They were going to go for the onside kick. They decided to go for a run. Was it a run? Yeah, it was a run.
Yeah.
When they should have went for a pass. Because in those key situations, better to pass the ball. You use less time off the clock. And they had to burn the timeout. It was just several things.
Yeah, coach-wise.
Coaching was a big piece in the second half.
Shout out to 49ers defense.
The Niners defense was like, yo, this ain't happening all game.
Spags was going crazy.
Yeah.
With the play calling, he was sending them.
It wasn't Spags is the
I'm sorry, Chiefs.
for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
the
yeah.
Chiefs. Yeah. But shout out to him too, because his defense. Like I knew they were
I've always loved
top rated on
I'm
the
a Giants
Chiefs.
fan,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know
That's why I
how
brought him
feel
up for
about
you.
Spagnuolo.
He didn't really get his due diligence,
Yeah.
his respect when he was with you guys, but I think he got it this weekend.
I mean, he went to be a head coach, and that kind of ruined.
Yeah,
he
put a
wasn't
sour
good.
taste in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are like that. Some people
But
should
he's always
just
been
be
a good
coordinators.
DC. Yeah. So it was very interesting this weekend, and people got the matchup they didn't want.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted Chiefs Niners, but that's what we got now.
Rematch of 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
It's hard because I really like Travis Kelce. I like Jason Kelce. Oh, we didn't even talk about that Buffalo game where Jason Kelce jumped out the window.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I love that. I don't know what it is. He's an Eagle. But I don't know what it is about the Kelce brothers. You can't hate them. No,
they're just big, lovable guys. That's what it just
And
seems
they
like.
funny as hell.
It's almost like Gronk.
Yes.
It's like Gronk all over. Like they really. It's also, football players, they never get to really show off their personality. We never get to really put a face to most of the players because they always have a helmet on.
Which is a detriment to that game. Like, that's what the game
100%.
needs.
You just market quarterbacks, sometimes wide receivers, but that's about it.
But Jason Kelce, and he was meeting Taylor Swift that day.
Yeah, he
For
didn't
the
care.
first time.
That was his welcome to the family. Look, I'm retired, and this is how I want to live now, and I'm going to cheer on my brother.
Well, he
and go
hasn't
crazy.
said he's retired yet.
No, he's done.
But his actions to me say he's retired.
Yeah, he's done.
But I like the fact that he went to Buffalo, right? Shout out to the Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Because Jason Kelce said they treated him correct. You know, he was
Bills-
there to root for his brother who was playing the Bills.
Yeah.
But they showed him like a ton of respect. I think if you carry yourself the way Jason Kelsey does, the way Derek Jeter does, you go into any opposing stadium, and the fans are going to respect you. He said the only thing he didn't get to do was jump and go through a table for the Bills Mafia, but that game was fire. I loved it. I could watch Bills Chiefs games all the time.
Why? You know who's gonna win every game.
I know, but I just
It's
it's that what if factor, you know?
See, to me, I put him in the same category with Lamar, with Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yeah.
Like I think they're pretenders with him as the quarterback. I don't think they're actual contenders. I think they win the division, do great, and fall apart. Josh Allen got his 5 playoff wins really early on.
Yeah.
And I have a list of the quarterbacks that he beat. None of them are impressive.
Give me that list real quick because we were talking about it.
So in order, Phillip Rivers in 2020, that was the last game of Phillip Rivers' career. That was his retirement
Rivers
game.
is a formidable quarterback.
It was the last game of his career, Rick. He was old. He was washed up. They finally pulled together and got there.
Okay.
Gone. Then he went on to verse Lamar Jackson.
Young Lamar, very early on. Yeah.
They won. They beat Lamar because Lamar got hurt in the third quarter, left the game. Following year, they beat Mac Jones and the Patriots.
Mac Jones was
After
Mac
that,
Jones a
beats
beast.
The next year beat Skylar Thompson.
Who?
Skylar Thompson. Not sure. And 2023, Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. I know who Mason Rudolph is. He got drafted by Pittsburgh.
You know?
Skylar Thompson, don't have a clue who that young man is. God bless that man, if he's in the league or not, but never heard of. Those are, yeah. Only one I would give him is Phillip Rivers and Lamar.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson was the quarterback of the Dolphins.
Ain't not in the league no more.
No, so I guess it was when Tua got hurt. See? That's why I look at some of those players and I'm like, nah, I've seen your prototype of quarterback before. You're not built for the playoffs.
So there's a rumor that Allen might end up in the Giants. But that's just
Josh
Allen. Okay. That's just a big rumor because Dable's there, that Dable connection. I just think, even though he switched that gear this season because they started awful.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's different when he has Dable with him. And I think he's starting to slowly realize that he might. I don't know if it's going to happen. It would be great for me, but.
I wouldn't do it. I would try.
But I don't think he's a pretender. I think he's I'll take him any day of the week.
But that's what I'm saying. That's you'll take him any given Sunday, and so would I until the playoffs start. That's my thing.
I'd still take it. I don't have. What do I have? I have Daniel Jones.
I don't know if it's like I said, we see this in other sports. If the lights are too bright, if the pressure just becomes too much, if it's I don't know what it is, but certain players are just not built for it. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It has to be the psyche.
I think Dak has it too.
Oh, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. I put those 3 quarterbacks.
Great guy.
Look at how great they were during the season, all 3 teams, every year. Those are franchise quarterbacks. They all together have, you take out those 5 wins that I just told you from those quarterbacks.
I think Dak is 2-5 in the playoffs.
Yeah, and Lamar is, I'll double check it, but Lamar's isn't impressive either.
The interesting thing about Josh Allen is the Bills traded the 10th pick to the Chiefs to get Mahomes.
Yep.
And in that, it was a good trade for the Bills. They ended up with 3 Pro Bowlers. But the Chiefs ended up with Mahomes, who has ended the Bills' season, I think, 4 or 5 times already.
Yeah, every time they lose in the playoffs, it's to him. He's just there waiting in his bye week. He's the next guy.
I think he's kind of losing a step, though.
No, I think he let the gas. I think he was playing a little banged up coming into the season. I think he just rocked out. I'm going to just make sure I stay healthy and last this season. So
he don't look the same to me.
Because he's banged up. He's back. And he's going to win this. Excuse me. He's going to win this year.
You think so?
Yeah, he's going to win the Super Bowl. Don't bet against him. He's the next Tom Brady. Don't bet against 100%. These guys.
I love Mahomes.
If you're going to place a bet, keep him out of it if you're not going to bet with him.
Damn. I'll tell you this. I think Patrick goes for over 250 yards. I'm going to say 2 to 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets a win.
Who's that?
Mahomes.
And gets the win. I
And
think that game is going to
He'll rush between 20 to 30 yards in that game.
I think that
just
defense
to get
is going
first
to be
downs.
brutal. I think both of them are barely going to scrap over 200 yards.
No,
I think
he gets 250, 2 touchdowns,
yeah, I give him like
and some
210.
rushing yards.
210, 215. A touchdown, maybe a rushing touchdown.
I think Pacheco, he throws it to Pacheco or he rushes for 1, and then he gives Kelsey 1.
Update: Lamar is 2-4 in the playoffs. So it's not any different than
Still a little early for me.
And what's crazy is all three of those guys that we put in that category, because you agree that they belong in that category together.
I don't know that. I think it's kind of like that Jordan factor in the 90s.
Well, you need your.
If we eliminate Mahomes.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to put a star with you to wake you up or something. Like, you're great and you're getting all the numbers, but those numbers don't equal wins. Jordan was playing phenomenal. Nobody's going to say anything about that, but he just couldn't. Whatever it was,
I don't
was
think
too
Dak
much
will
in the
ever win
playoffs.
anything. I think Josh will get something, and I think Lamar will eventually win something.
Lamar's getting MVPs. He's going to get probably his second one this year. Josh Allen, that's what I was going to say. All three of them are the MVP candidates now. It's those 3 guys and Mahomes.
Yeah, I don't think Dak will ever win anything. I don't think Dak ever smells an NFC Championship game.
Dak
Prescott.
Uh,
I think Lamar gets the AFC Championship game. He continues to get closer, and then he eventually gets 1 Super Bowl. I think Josh ends up with 1, and I think Mahomes ends up with 4 or 5.
The problem that I see is I think that there's other people like Joe Burrow. People are forgetting Joe Burrow. When he comes back,
Joe's super hurt.
But he's already proved himself to not be a pretender. So I think even when certain people are banged up, like Mahomes and stuff, and it might be an easier pathway than people think, he'll still run into the Bengals somewhere down the line, like you're saying, in a couple years.
Well, that's how I think the Bills
the Jaguars.
I think Cincinnati clips the Chiefs.
I think by then other quarterbacks emerge as top.
I don't see anything else.
What do you mean? You don't think?
Look past those 3 you mentioned. Who else?
But those are big 3.
Yeah, but there's nothing else besides Burrow. There's nothing else.
Burrow, the Jaguars. Forgetting his
Trevor
name,
Lawrence has
Jesus.
the exact same numbers that Daniel Jones does.
Yeah, but he has no team
Career-wise.
around him. He has no team around him. He's a phenomenal quarterback. He's
The
putting up
exact
numbers
same numbers as Daniel Jones does.
in less years.
The exact same numbers.
Who else we got? The dude from the Steelers, he gave us a good run. I think their coaching is now the problem over there.
I don't see any other quarterback. Or Jordan Love. I'm sorry.
Jordan Love.
I'll take that back. I like him. I like his
You don't
future.
think Kyler Murray ever gets it together? Or
Nope.
What about Watson? Watson was doing great until the Bills were on
Murray's
top.
a bust.
The Browns were on top until
Murray's a bust.
he went down.
I think the Murray becomes a bust completely. He's always been too small for the game. I think Watson he's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, he has to stay healthy, but when he's there,
he lights it up. I like Tua.
because remember, I don't think it's not that he's not healthy. This one was an injury, but the other one was that scandal stuff that he was gone for so long.
Yeah, but he got hurt twice this season.
Yeah, but while whipping ass and doing a lot of work with the Browns, who nobody expected them to be that good.
The Browns is going to be a problem.
100%.
That defense is
100%.
nasty.
And they're going to creep up so fast because they're running game too.
Yeah, because they're going to get Chubb back.
Their old school ground and pound is, yeah.
So I see, out of the young kids, I see Jordan Love. I think Tua's in that category, but he gets hurt too much. Jalen Hurts, to me, is another Dak Prescott type. You see the flash, and
I told you
see
how
the
I feel
potential.
about Hurts.
but I don't think he'll win.
I think Hurts is great. I think he's going to see a lot of success in his career. But it's just the way he looks to me. He looks like an actor in like one of these Channel 11 shows that is playing a quarterback.
Like, was that football show?
Like
that
every
was on
time,
BET?
if you're not watching the game and you walk in like in a post game interview with him on the field, getting interviewed by somebody, you're gonna think it's like a TV show, and you're gonna stand there and watch it, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, the Eagles won. That's how he looks to me. He just doesn't look like an athlete or a quarter. He looks like an actor.
I think he's a choke artist like Dak Prescott.
No.
I think so.
That guy's only lost once in his career.
I don't think he's. I don't see it. I don't see the dog in him.
And they already got one, right?
I don't know if does he have a Super Bowl victory?
Yeah.
I don't see the dog in him.
Yeah. He already got one.
I mean, Kelsey got a ring, so I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He already has one, and he's already proven that he's already.
When did he get a ring? I know the Eagles beat the Patriots, but he wasn't the quarterback. It was Nick Foles.
No, when that happened, that was yeah, you might be right. It was who did Nick Foles take the spot from?
Carson Wentz.
Yes, Wentz. Another.
And he was playing lights out that season.
Yeah, and he went down. He was in MVP talks until he went down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he has a Super Bowl victory. The Eagles beat the Patriots. That was it.
Yeah.
And it was Nick Foles that won that.
Yeah, did they make it back? It was something with him. He made it. He had something.
He
that
lost.
I'm thinking of.
I think he lost in the NFC Championship game.
That's what it could have been.
I think he's a choke artist. I don't think he'll win a Super Bowl.
So you think that about him, but with all the stats that I told you about Josh Allen and Lamar, you don't think so?
I think Josh Allen has a dog in him. He just
I think they all have a dog in them. I
think
don't know about
Mahomes
that.
is just blocking him.
Mahomes is in the other side for some of them.
Lamar doesn't have that dog yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's his issue. Dak don't got it. He just
I
doesn't.
don't think Dak has it, but I think that's just the Cowboys just don't know how to give that to their players.
And it's sad because the Cowboys have always been.
The Ravens is just. I don't know. It's just I don't.
Be
know.
there.
It's just it's not. It's not.
Be there.
They know.
Oh, we
it
didn't
too.
even say Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a decent quarterback. I like.
Yes, Herbert is good.
Now they got a good coach, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
But so how you feel about this matchup, Chiefs versus Niners? And give me
Like
your
I said,
score.
I'm not gonna go against the Chiefs. I do think it's gonna be a low scoring game. If I gotta put a score on it, maybe I'll go 19-14 Chiefs.
21-17 Chiefs.
Okay.
And I do think Taylor Swift makes it to the game. Chances
What do you
are.
mean makes it? She's also gonna probably just get announced right away as the next year's.
Yeah, but she's got she's doing the night before she's in Japan doing a concert for her tour.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a super quick turnaround. I don't know.
The
but
fact that we know this much information now about Taylor
it's just
Swift
scary
is bothering
about
me.
this
Yeah.
woman. She's taking over my life now, everywhere.
Yeah, that she's going to Japan the day before is crazy to me.
That she could sway
That
an
you
election.
know that.
That she could sway an election. The fact that the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are both trying to vie for her attention. She made the NFL $331.5 million. The NFL and the Chiefs. So
Yeah,
I would
she's,
like to see a Taylor Swift free Super Bowl where they don't show her at all.
Not gonna happen.
I'm just not a fan of hers.
Which I'm okay with them showing it now because I realize that that's kind of like hate on her because when Giselle was there every year, they would show Giselle
I couldn't
every
stand
time.
her neither.
They do the same thing with everybody's wives that's there. We're gonna see Kelsey there every single playoff game as long as he's retired and his brother's there.
You know what's gonna
so we
happen?
kind of just got to get used to it because she's the girlfriend. But
You know what's
it
gonna
is
happen?
crazy because we know what they're doing.
You know what's gonna happen, right?
What?
They're gonna break up after the season.
Nope. You crazy.
They're gonna break up like March, May, June. They're gonna break up. She's gonna write an album.
Nope.
She's gonna drop an album by Travis Kelce.
Can't do that either. He'll sue her.
She's gonna go on tour. She's done it with all the people she's dated.
Not with this one.
She's gonna make a ton of money. And
You're
that's
so
it.
wrong on this.
I secretly think the NFL called her like, "Yo, we need new eyeballs in the game." And we need
I think
to
the
get-
NFL called both of them and was like, "Yo, whether this is real or not, or they planned
let's
it or
put
what,
this together.
let's say it was organic and they just actually got together. I think the NFL still calls them and says, "Yo, before y'all even think about breaking up, y'all gonna call us and let us know because we got a lot going on right now, and they dumping money into both of their pockets too."
100%.
This put Travis Kelce on the map. Why would he not want to do it? And she comes off looking as even bigger than before.
I don't think she's Travis's type.
It doesn't matter.
That's why I know it's fabricated.
It doesn't matter. I told that when the story broke. I was like, he probably did that joking around.
Mm-hmm. This
And it
originally
worked.
started from their pod.
With the brothers.
They were
Kelce
having a
brothers.
conversation about something, and Travis had mentioned her.
Yeah, something about his DMs and stuff.
Yeah, and that he wanted to meet her or whatever.
Yeah, take her on a date or something. Oh, he was like, I want to show you around Kansas City or something. It was something like that.
And
And
then
she responded.
the NFL was like, yo,
Attractive
viewership.
guy. She knows who he is. I'm pretty sure if she didn't, she probably asked somebody right next to
I
her.
mean, Kelsey's not an ugly guy.
No, yeah.
So she was like, oh, interesting football player.
He's probably her type more than she's his type.
Yes.
But, you know
She
what?
did. I told him I love you after he won. Like,
See, you never know.
she's smitten over him.
I can
And
see
then
it.
they're going to break up.
It's not
She's
gonna
going to
happen.
write an album.
Not, but they don't break up before she does the Super Bowl. You crazy.
Songs about Travis. I'm talking about they're going to break up in the offseason. 100%.
No, and I'm telling you,
And
that
then on ESPN, it'll show, you know how they show the graph that says
she has to perform
players
at
that
the
got
Super Bowl.
traded away or moved or signed somewhere else? They're going to have Taylor Swift's name there for the Chiefs.
I'm weak. She's not gonna go nowhere. The NFL won't let her go nowhere until she does the Super Bowl performance next year.
She's not doing no. I don't want to watch her.
I know,
Too
but
much.
it doesn't matter. The Super Bowl,
What
the
is
NFL,
so-
the
Have
NFL and
you
the
heard her music?
advertisers, yeah, the NFL and the advertisers have now realized that halftime Super Bowl is no longer for the men.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the women that's sitting there with their guys, just enjoying the party, and
100%.
they're there to see Rihanna, and Beyonce, and all these other
More
people.
women watch watch football this season because of Taylor than ever before.
Yeah, women are starting to learn NFL players' names now. It's not just the retired ones or the ones that.
I like the "Go Taylor's Boyfriend" T-shirt. I think that's pretty funny.
That's funny.
I
yeah.
like that. But $331 million, Caba.
331. She's a walking economy.
That's crazy.
You know when the Olympics is coming to town, that everybody's getting ready and everything. That's what it is with her.
And there was when the first time she appeared in one of the games, they did an estimate of how much money she generated for that city, and it was something astronomical too, like 81 million or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, why else would people be going to Kansas City? The Chiefs and Taylor Swift.
No, I think it was Philly. I think she went to Philly. Was it Philly and Chiefs?
Nah.
It wasn't Kansas City. It wasn't a home game, the first one she went to. It was like an away game or something. Anyways, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Swiftie, don't come after me. Whatever. She's your girl.
I feel like I'm
whatever.
done with Taylor, hopefully, until football comes back next year.
I would be perfectly fine and I never saw Taylor Swift ever again.
Yeah, good luck with that.
100% fine with that.
I can't wait to see how many commercials she's in at the Super Bowl.
All right, let's do an over-under.
Okay.
2.5. What'd you think?
Under.
Under 2?
Yeah, because I'm going to give her 2.
I think she
'Cause
drops her own commercial and then she's in like a cameo on one.
I think she's in a Pepsi cameo one.
Yeah, and she does her own commercial for her own documentary.
Okay,
And then
yeah,
she
got
might
something
sneak
coming.
in like a guest appearance in another one.
I could see that. I could even see her, to be honest, I could even see her coming in and just doing, like talking to the people about whatever's going on in the NFL, about like the Super Bowl game. Like, I can
Do
see
you
that
think
too.
they interview her on the sideline?
No.
Do you think the NFL logo considers changing their logo to have a silhouette of Taylor?
I think the Washington football team might.
Yo, the Washington Swifts?
The Washington Swifts. The Swifties.
The Swifties.
The Washington Swifties.
Yo, Magic Johnson, give me a call.
Is he on the committee?
Yeah, he owns the
Recent. That was a recent
Commanders,
transaction, right? Yeah.
His
yeah.
group. Shout out to this group. His group. His group that owns the Dodgers. They were the ones that bought the Commanders.
Oh, man, what it's like to have a group of friends like that.
That's gonna be us, Caba.
Yeah, 100%.
What's that line J. Cole said
We're going to go get the Liberty.
in Middle Child where he's talking about his whack being rich alone, like he's trying to get his boys, like LeBron.
Oh yeah. I don't know the exact bar, but it was. I
I'm
think
gonna
that was
post
Love
that.
Yours.
No, it's on Middle Child.
What's good at first class if my dogs can't eat? Something
That's
like
another
that.
line.
Yeah, something like that.
But I'm all about that.
Just like LeBron, give my people more chips. Yeah.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that. So speaking of San Francisco, because we were talking about the Niners, that other San Francisco team, the Warriors, we had a long conversation about Draymond Green, and my suggestion was, let's move on from Draymond Green. A report comes out today that the Warriors would only consider dismantling their core if Curry okays it.
That's fucked up.
Why would they release some shit like that?
Why would you even, yeah. Like, I get it. We understand that the player, like the main player, like LeBron and everything is involved in the big decisions, but don't out him.
What they doing is like,
Because now somewhere down the line,
if this don't work, it's because that's what Steph wanted.
Exactly. What if it had nothing to do with Steph and they just actually had to get rid of them because they were just that bad?
I think this pushes Steph to leave and come to LA and play with LeBron.
No way. Where the fuck did you get that from?
I think he secretly wants to play with LeBron. And LeBron would love to play with Curry.
LeBron is waiting for Bronny to come into the league to
I
sign
get
with
that.
whatever
Yes,
team.
yes.
LeBron's not going to be in the league in
But
three
Steph
years.
is the prototypical player that would be good with LeBron.
And Steph
LeBron don't need the ball in his hand.
LeBron's willing to get rid of a lot of money to go play with his son when he gets drafted. Steph is not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm not going to go over there for 1 year so you can play with your son and I'm over here trying to win a chip with you.
Okay,
LeBron's focus won't be a chip. It will
you
be
mentioned
for his
it
son.
right now. And me and you had this conversation on the phone.
Lakers don't get him either.
What if the Knicks move up in the draft?
Then you get LeBron. I've said this on the first episode here.
We draft Ronnie, right?
Uh-huh.
With the team that we currently have, the way it's built.
Yeah.
You think LeBron considers it?
I don't think it's a consideration. That's what I'm
MSG?
telling you. I think it could be any team in the league that drafts Bronny will get
Bron playing
LeBron for whatever the
Charlotte or some team like that.
Rick, mark my words.
New Orleans.
I guarantee it doesn't matter. Whatever 30 or 32. 32. Out of any 32 teams, he is going there. It doesn't because he's not going for a chip. I'm going there just to play a year with my son and then I'm going to retire. Just so I can have that on my mantle. I played a full season with my son.
Oh, no.
Showed him the ropes, showed him how to move, kept him out of trouble his rookie year, give him some good, just fatherly shit.
LeBron on the Nuggets.
LeBron on wherever. Keep pulling him out. It don't matter.
LeBron on. I'm just trying to picture him.
I better hope it's not a rigged draft. And LeBron winds up on the Kings because that's where I got him. LeBron finishes, King James finishes his last year or two with the Kings. That's what I got. Stay in California. You still over there?
I think he would
De'Aaron
like
Fox.
to stay in California. What if he goes to the Warriors and Steph says, "Yo, blow this all up"? Warriors draft Bronny.
Well, then he better blow it up now. Blow it up now so you could get better chance at that draft pick.
But you need another piece
You don't need nothing. You're crazy.
because Steph's gonna want to go for a ring.
And if LeBron is there, they will go for a ring. That's probably the only team that he joins that they're like, yo, I'm going for a ring. I'm in the Bucks. But I don't see that happening.
What about the Knicks?
What?
We draft Bronny.
I think the motivation is there to go for the chip. I don't know if they win the chip. I think Steph and LeBron will
Us
have a
and
better
Bron?
time. Yeah.
Knicks and LeBron. Knicks,
Yeah, you gotta
LeBron on the Knicks, how they're constructed right now.
I know, but you're missing the part of LeBron.
You know how much weight that will come off
LeBron is
Randall's shoulders and Brunson's shoulders?
LeBron is the primary ball handler. So is Brunson. Randall likes to have the ball in his hand. I don't know how it will work out. I'm not gonna say we've seen that in LeBron in Miami with LeBron, where we thought it would automatically happen and it took a year. So I'm not gonna say right away with the Knicks. With Steph, it's easy because I'm gonna shoot threes. So I think they would have a better chance.
And Steph is a very unselfish
I think the
player.
Knicks right away are making a maybe game 7 at least to go to the finals. I think they pushing it like that, yeah. Like they're a heavy favorite. I think
Right now, you don't think we favorites right now to Eastern Conference Final?
Right
As
now?
it stands, we're number 4.
Right now, yeah. But I don't go by the favorites. I think you guys deserve to be there right now. I think they're red hot.
Have we beaten every
Red hot.
good
Randall's
team?
hurt now though. Now we got to see what happens. This is where
This is gonna show us what what the team, what the Knicks are.
This is
if
gonna
guys just step up and we can still keep winning.
This is gonna show y'all if Jalen Brunson is the player that y'all think, or if he's just a really good player.
Jalen Brunson is.
This is where he has a
beast.
chance to take the step into the MVP talks.
MVP.
Exactly. This is where he has to make that transition. Hold it down until this guy comes back. Pad your stats and make a run for that MVP.
I think his last 7 games, he's scored 30 or more.
Yeah, he's still at, I think, like 26.6 points per game.
Yeah, he's at 26.
43 from the 3, something like that.
Yeah, and he should have gotten the nod over Lillard, but okay.
Nah.
Come on, let the kid get his. He's
They
earned
did.
it.
I'm 100% with you on that all the time, but I fought too hard for Lillard when they were doing that to Lillard. When they didn't want to give him, he was going crazy, remember? And they didn't want to put him in the All-Star games.
Yeah.
So if it was anybody else, take their spot away. But you can't take away Lillard. You guys owe him spots.
I love Dame. I wish we would have got Dame. I felt like Dame was the piece that would have.
They owe him like 3 All-Star game snubs.
I don't know. I just think Jalen needs to be there. We'll see. Knicks
He
are
should 100% be there.
12-2 since the OG trade. It's been fantastic to watch. I think every game they've had a 20-point lead in every game that they've won. They've been decimating teams. It's going to be fun to watch. The defense was really...
Yeah, shout out OG.
Yeah, like it just took... And people were like, oh, you're trading him and Barrett, and all you're getting is an additional 2 steals per game, but it's more than that.
No, yeah, we talked about it here. It's about taking the defensive pressure off Randall to let Randall be able to help Jalen in the scoring, and it's working. It worked perfect. It seems.
If Julius don't disappear in the playoffs, they could be dangerous.
Yeah, you get him back to healthy 100%. I think he's happy there now. Now the thing is, this is the thing with New York teams and the media. They bashed him for 2 years, dragged his name. Everybody hated him.
The first year he got dragged.
Now all of a sudden everybody loves
All-Star.
him.
Then he got dragged the 3rd year. Last year he was loved, but then he got dragged in the playoffs.
I know that it comes and goes with New York,
Yeah.
like that's how it's supposed to be. But I felt like he got it the worst because they really wanted him out all the way up until he started bowling.
Was one of those guys.
All the way up until like 3 weeks, everybody wanted him out. So
kind of still want him out.
that's what I was gonna say. Now, let's say they make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals and maybe they lose, right? But they go to like game 6 or 7, right? But they lose, let's say, to the Bucks. Nobody will be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad, and I would let him run it back one more time with Julius.
But
Depending
you
on what
can't
they
run
do
it.
in the offseason.
You can't run it back with just a 1 year with Julius. That's my thing. You're gonna sign him to an extension.
Hell no.
That's the thing. Are you gonna do that?
Nope. It depends. I think Leon Rose has done a phenomenal job, better than anybody expected. He brought in Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's contract right now, it looks like he's underpaid.
He is.
Like, the dude is playing out of his mind. He made the Knicks relevant again. He got Kendrick Perkins talking crazy on ESPN, but that's fine. I appreciate the sentiments, though, Perk.
What did Perk say?
He's like, this is the first time the Knicks have been relevant since Patrick Ewing, Jalen Brunson, and it's like, which there was that 1 year with Melo where
the 1 year with
54, we won 54 games. We won that
Lin.
first. Yeah, this.
No, but it is
bonus.
this team right here is more exciting than
It feels
I think the
different,
Melo
though.
team.
Yeah,
Because you're exceeding
more complete.
expectations. Yeah.
it's way more complete.
But you're exceeding the expectations. Nobody looks at this team on paper before the season starts and says, oh, okay, we got OG now, and this is what's going to happen.
Worst case scenario, I thought we were 9 for 8th seed. Best case scenario, coming into the season, I thought we would end up with the 7th or 6th seed.
I had you guys 6.
Yeah.
I had you guys 6. Yeah.
That's why 6 or 7. And I was like, oh, we'll win.
The East isn't.
It's
top heavy.
Not that crazy.
Yeah, it's top heavy. You got Boston. You got the Bucks.
Milwaukee got better. Boston got better.
Miami.
And Miami, we could go at it with Miami. We're gonna see Cleveland again in the first round.
Let me ask you this, because you said Boston got better. The Bucks got better, adding Dame.
Yeah.
And the Suns, we thought the Suns were gonna run away with the league. What the fuck?
I don't. to me is you have 3 guys, no leader.
I think it's 3 guys that have too much. They're built the same prototype. I'm a shot creator.
Yeah, it's almost the same type of guy, and I don't think there's a.
You needed the Chris Paul still there.
Yep, and I think even if, let's say you take Booker, you put him in Golden State, and you put Steph in the Suns, now you got someone that's gonna be like, okay, let's.
Oh yeah, that's different though. That's a point guard though.
Yeah, let's
Booker's
push.
not a point.
Yeah, but
Booker's a 2.
I mean, like
that's the problem.
leadership skills. No one's a leader there. Kevin Durant is the worst.
No, but I think that's 100% true. But even if one of them wanted to step up and be the leader, I don't think they have it in them to make.
They
be the passer and make those plays. They're all shot creators.
They don't, and it's not. I think it's the leader factor. It's not even because Kevin Durant could be unselfish with the basketball. I just don't think he's a good leader.
I feel like in 2K when you create your character, you make a shot creator, right? So you start off as Bradley Beal, then you get a little bit better and you become Devin Booker, and then when you become a legend, you become Kevin Durant. It's literally the same player.
Like Durant is a scorer. The man's a walking bucket.
So is Booker, so is Beal.
But
they're not walking assists, they're not walking rebounds, they're not walking defense. They're not even walking fast breaks.
That's the problem with Phoenix.
Yeah.
And when they made that trade, I was like, damn, 3 really good players. It could be special, but there's only one basketball.
Yeah, well, that was what I was getting to with LeBron on the Knicks. I got to see how that would gel. Because LeBron is a phenomenal passer, and I know that.
And so is Jalen. Jalen, I don't think does need. He does. He scores when he has to.
But now you need to always be ready because you might always have to with LeBron. If he's giving you the ball, are you ready to spot up and take that role as a spot up shooter and a shot creator instead of having the ball and creating with a dribble?
We got a couple good spot up shooters that LeBron could just.
But no, we're talking about the big 3 because they gotta get their buckets. LeBron joins that team. Vincenzo's not shooting no 13, 12 shots.
He shot 15. I think it was 15 3-pointers yesterday.
That's not happening ever again when LeBron's there.
But he's filthy. I like.
He's good. He's good. Yeah, he came from the Warriors system.
Yeah, I know. So I like the kid, but I think that's the problem with Phoenix. I think that was also the problem when Brooklyn had Kyrie. KD. Kyrie's more of a leader though. Out of Harden, KD, and Kyrie.
Yeah, but it's hard when your leader. It's really hard, and we've seen this before. It's hard when your leader is not the primary passer, ball. Like they're the ball handler, but they're not really out there trying to help out with the other stats and the other scoring.
That's why Kyrie and LeBron work so well because LeBron.
Yeah.
Gave him what he was missing.
The same thing with Wade and LeBron when he was over there. Like, I got a slasher. I could score if I need to on the ISO, or I could dump it off because he's always cutting. Like it worked perfect.
So Phoenix, that's what Phoenix needs, man. And if it comes to giving up, getting away from one of these pieces, they're gonna have to move one of the 3
it's too much.
They got to do what the Knicks did, addition by subtraction. They got to move one of those 3 out, bring in a body that's going to be like an OG type.
It's an obvious one you have to move. You got to get rid of Beal.
But his contract,
well, that's why nobody wanted it to begin with.
Crazy money.
Nobody wanted it to begin with, but now you're stuck because the problem is you can't have all 3 of those guys' contracts and still need a piece. You're supposed to already have the answer.
I think that 2 pieces away, actually.
Me too.
They need a defensive rebounder.
Big man. They need primary defensive rebounding big man.
They need a ball handler that can distribute.
A point guard.
That can also get his 15, 20 points when he needs to.
And where are you going to find that?
And I think they also need a piece off the bench. Like they need punch off the bench. I don't think they have
I think that's the last priority. I know that the bench is important.
Yeah, but the 2 main pieces. But I think once they get those pieces, they're going to need someone else.
Now you could start looking at that because that's when you start, getting the veterans to come in on the veteran minimum and start signing 3-and-D players.
But that's the thing, man. In the offseason, when you get these signings or these big 3s, they come together. If you look on the history, not many of those big 3s have been successful.
Yeah.
It realistically is only Miami's big 3 and the Boston big 3.
It goes back to the archetype thing that I keep saying, the prototype. So with Boston, you had a sharpshooter in Ray Allen. You had a scorer in Paul Pierce, and then you had a big man down on the block who spread the floor also in Garnett. And then later on even added Rondo, became the core four.
Yeah.
I like to call him because he came in and been a
Rondo
big
was a
piece.
big piece of that team.
Huge piece. He was the best passer in the league by far for those couple of years.
And he didn't scare. He didn't. Rondo was so perfect for that team because he didn't care about getting a bucket. He cared about the dimes.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yo, I got KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. What do I need to?
Yeah.
If I need to, I'll go get a bucket. But
yeah, he was a layup king. Like, if I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you on a nice little layup, but he couldn't shoot free throws. He couldn't do anything else.
And I think that the Knicks
Walking triple-double, though.
have those pieces right now. I feel like they're one piece away. And I think it's a point guard off the bench that could give them some scoring, but also like some defense, like another two-way player off the bench.
I'm with you, but my thing is, it feels like
it might be Malcolm Brogdon that they bring in.
I was gonna say it feels so scarce right now in the league to have any game-changing type of player available. It feels like everybody's pretty much locked up.
Yep.
That would be one of those players. So it's hard. It's almost like they're scraping.
I think a small piece. We get a small piece because they still need a piece.
I think the Knicks got a good chance at Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown's another. Those are the two names
really
that they're really talking about a lot. Bruce Brown and Malcolm Brogdon. But I think we get Brogdon, and then in the offseason, we get another piece that's going to be part of the core that they build on. And I think we keep OG long term, 3-4 years. So I'm very excited about the Knicks, man. I'm not like getting all crazy because I'm just watching it one game at a time. I went through enough suffering, so I'm just enjoying the game.
I'll say this as a non-Knicks fan. I think this is the first time that I look at the team and I'm like, okay, at the very least, there's a really good foundation. Mm-hmm. Like, at least you got something to build on.
They're going in the right direction.
Yeah, you got something to build on. You got these players, most of them locked up for a good amount of time.
And
a lot of them are cheap.
Really good deal.
And,
man.
that's going to help out big time. By the time his deal is up and you got to renew, hopefully there's some success there for y'all. And he's probably going to run New York by then.
There's a long shot at a Bridges trade with the Nets.
Yeah, it's not happening.
A lot of people are putting it out there because the Knicks have a ton of picks, but that would mean the Nets
how good he is. But the
Nets would have to completely blow up the team.
No, I think they already blew up the team, and we're already starting to build around him. And
Bridges is a big piece for them. So
huge is. I think he's going to wind up being he's one of those developing players, but you could see how good he is.
I think Brooklyn needs like a face of the team.
It'll be him, but we need to get more time.
The Nets are like the Mets, right? They've had good players, but they don't have like a player that they brought in that was young, that they have for like 8, 10, 15 years.
Oh, like a
besides
franchise
Dr.
guy.
J. Yeah, like they need to build their history. And I think they need to do something with Bridges and then just continue to get younger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's where it starts. I think it's going to be built around Bridges and Johnson now, the guys that they got from the Suns.
Cam Thomas is pretty good, too, off the bench.
Yeah, Cam is a walking bucket, but he's a chuck. Yeah, I'm with it. I love when they put him in.
I love the kid, though.
Don't get 42 points, my boy. Go ahead. He got a dog in him, but they got to work on teaching him basketball, I feel like. Once he learns that, he already has the scoring because he scores at will.
But Bridges is an overplayer. So.
But Bridges is, he's a different breed.
If Knicks get Bridges.
Nah, it don't happen.
You don't convert and become a Knicks fan?
No, I'm not a Bridges fan like that. I love Bridges, but that's nah.
I'm just saying, just trying to see. But yeah, that's the other rumor. I think we get Brogdon. We get a bigger piece in the offseason. I think Knicks get close to the Eastern Conference Finals. Not saying they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, but they get close.
Okay, I can rock with that. You guys will be at the top of the thing. You probably get like a 7
Boston,
seed.
Milwaukee, or something.
Nah, you guys will be up there with them. So you'll probably verse.
No, but I mean like in the semifinals.
Oh, you said close to the finals. You said close to the conference finals. So I thought you didn't make it to the conference finals.
Yeah. Not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They have a shot to make it there.
So you get eliminated in the second round. That's what I'm saying. You beat whoever. Let's say they finish at the number 2 or 3
and then they
seed.
go to Game 7 in the second round.
You guys probably beat up Cleveland maybe again, something like that.
In the first round, I think Cleveland, Miami, and if we get past Miami.
You don't want Miami in the playoffs.
Well,
Miami's that other team that just we just gotta make sure that we get we're gonna make sure that we get a playoff spot and then we'll play for real.
And it's gonna be different if we play Miami this year because they're gonna have Tyler Hero this time.
Yeah, Yeah, for everybody, it's gonna be different for
And
everybody.
that's a different dimension to that Miami
And Jimmy
offense.
just gets better every year in the playoffs.
Jimmy Butler is
Jimmy buckets.
probably one of the guys I like to watch play basketball.
about a
in the playoffs.
dog.
Like, I don't care. He's a Miami Heat. I like the way
Yeah,
that dude
yeah.
plays. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with my Knicks. Let's talk about TKO real quick. TKO is the company that owns the WWE and the UFC. As you all know, the WWE and the UFC merged this past summer. The owner of TKO is Ari Emanuel. If you don't know who Ari Emanuel is, if you ever watch HBO's Entourage, he is Ari Gold. That character is based off of Ari Emanuel. So TKO announced that Dwayne Johnson, the actor, formerly known as The Rock, would now sit on the board of directors. The Rock got a crazy deal. He got $20 million in stocks as a form of payment, and they gave him the ownership of the trademark The Rock.
Of his name.
His name, his likeness, everything. He
Bravo.
owns it all now.
That's like the equivalent of like rappers and musicians getting their
Masters.
Yes.
So he got all his stuff.
Bravo.
And now he sits on the board of TKO. TKO, not just the UFC, not just WWE. How you feel about that?
I love it. I can't wait to get the documentary about his life now, because now I know it'll be by him.
Yeah, he's gonna. The Rock's got a couple things going. First of all, I think it was smart on his move because they have a deal with Fox. The Rock's got a football league he's trying to establish. He merged the USFL with the XFL. And he made the UFL,
Yeah.
and he's gonna get a deal with ESPN and Fox to broadcast those games. So that's more money on the Rock's plate.
Yeah, he's just the walking face. You know, anything. I think he's worked himself in his position now where people respect his decision making as a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
So when he wants to do something and he needs the backing for it, I think every company's on board.
I think he's like the Taylor
Whatever
Swift
he
of
needs.
WWE.
Yeah, well,
Instant money, instant
of Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, of Hollywood.
Anything.
Media darling.
Super smart. He makes that move.
His social
Then-
media, he's the freaking greatest.
$5
father.
billion, 10 years, WWE Raw on
Yep.
Netflix. Like, everything's all good in the TKO world right now.
Yeah.
Except for the Vince McMahon news. We're gonna get into that a little bit. So the Netflix deal is very interesting to me because that's just for Raw. And Netflix, I think this is the beginning. Don't be surprised if the UFC eventually also ends up on Netflix. And this kills cable television for good.
We got to see what happens because UFC is now, they're still partnering with ESPN, right?
Yeah, they got one more year.
One
left.
more year on the. I hate that. I think that's the worst partnership. I thought I would like it so much. I hate it.
I don't like it because ESPN didn't bother to hire. They hired Ariel Helwani. They didn't bother to hire real MMA journalists.
Yeah.
Like they had Stephen A. Smith talking.
Yeah, just, yeah.
commentating.
They
like,
get the
yo.
easy way out. They kind of do that with boxing, too.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
They had Max Kellerman, but they don't use Max.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They don't use him, so it's like, what's the point? The guys that you actually have there, you actually have Max talking about football and baseball and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense, but it is what it is.
So I think that's a move that you see the face value of it, but you don't see the the trickle effect to it. Netflix line, because Netflix basically cemented. I mean, I know the NFL's been doing it with Prime and all that, but they basically cemented like, yo, streaming services, we're going for live sports, 100%.
Yeah, I think they're going for live TV, period.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what's next. I mean, you've seen Netflix has, in the last month, added video games now. A lot of people don't know that, but Grand Theft Auto, you can actually play that on your TV through
No way.
Netflix now. Yep.
How?
I haven't
need a
done it, but
remote?
I seen it. I don't know. I haven't played it, but I seen it there as an option already. It's I believe Grand Theft Auto 3 all the way to San Andreas.
That means Netflix is gonna cost like $50 a month eventually.
Yeah, but their point is it's at about 20 now, but we're gonna bump it up to 50, and you're not gonna complain because now you're gonna get
get everything.
pay-per-views. Yep. You're gonna get pay-per-views, you're gonna get live TV channels. Once you get all of that stuff, it's like, okay, we could delete all the other apps, which I've been waiting for because I'm tired of all these subscriptions.
I mean, right now I got my wife has a Netflix account. I got HBO Max. HBO Max is about to buy Paramount. I don't have a Paramount account, which is great for me.
Okay, that works for me. I didn't know that.
I loved HBO Max. That's
my favorite.
Bought TLC because I watch a lot of TLC.
Yeah, what is it called now? It's just called Max.
It's just called Max.
Yeah.
So I love that. Once they buy Paramount, because Paramount's got a lot of good shows. They got Tulsa King. They got The Offer. They got a couple things that I like in there. So that's good because I like the fact that one streaming app has a ton of variety into it. Like Hulu's cool. I just don't like the fact that you got to pay to remove the commercials.
Yeah, that's where you got me with Hulu. Like Hulu is the one app that I have, but I don't pay for it because I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, I'm not. I have the Disney bundle, so I have ESPN, Hulu, and
they had me with that too. Nope, that ESPN one is still not worth it.
The ESPN one is worth it for me. They
bundled it for the ESPN app
because I get to watch soccer. Right, it's easier for me to find it through there.
Yeah,
and I like the 30 for 30 series, but I think that it still needs more. Like they need to build these apps.
That's what I like. So my question with this WWE deal was going to be, do they also get the WWE library?
So the network is gonna, WWE still has the network. This is gonna be the last year for the network. So I think Netflix is absorbing like past,
because wasn't it
pay-per-views and stuff
Peacock?
like that on Peacock.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they only have Raw though, the live shows of Raw.
Because you said this 30 for 30, so that's what I was thinking about. Like, I wonder where those will go. Because I love having The Last Dance and stuff on Netflix.
Sports documentaries.
Yeah.
So
ESPN one specifically because I like the 30 for 30s. I like those kind.
Yeah, but the problem, ESPN is owned by Disney, so it won't be on Netflix. It would make sense to do something like that.
They need to come out with a department.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do then. Because The Last Dance was done by who?
It's an ESPN documentary.
That's what I'm saying, but it's on Netflix.
It was licensed to Netflix.
Yeah, so they need to do that again.
Those are the type of apps I got. I mean, we'll see. Because I feel like that's what it is now. Like, we don't pay for cable, but indirectly you're paying for cable because you got so many subscriptions to all these apps.
It still ends up being the same shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
So it is what it is. Let's talk about my boy Vince and Brock Lesnar and John Laurinaitis. Do you think your boy Vince was there's been a lot of these lately. Like
you know what
Diddy,
you know what I don't understand?
James Dolan.
Well, there's been a lot of them for like the last
sex trafficking. It's sexual assault and sex trafficking.
Yeah. Sorry, trigger warning.
Crazy.
As far as the Vince stuff goes, it's weird because we got to see how it plays out. Because it seemed like she was a willing participant of a lot of crazy sexual acts, and we're not judging, but it was agreed to upon a transaction of $3 million.
No, she got the $3 million.
No, it said that she got agreed to 3 and she only got 1. He never paid the other.
Oh, he didn't pay the other.
That's why she came out with the text messages and everything. She was like, yo, you guys she probably saw it because it was like 3 days after the deal with UFC and everything with Netflix.
Yeah, the Netflix deal was
She's probably saw, yo, you just got $10 billion and you can't pay me my $2 million that you still owe me? Because it did say that she had got the 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, he allegedly had her doing a lot of crazy stuff. And, she agreed to it. She was okay with it. It was almost like a transaction.
So you don't think Vince should be brought up on criminal charges?
I think
when she was agreeing.
I think Vince was playing a rich man's game with almost like escort kind of vibes. And I think he thought he was going to get away with it without the paying, and you should have paid up, and this is what happened when you don't pay up.
100%. I also think there's a story that was leaked about Shane McMahon. So Shane and Vince for the last 15, 20 years haven't been together.
Estranged.
They've been estranged for a really long time. And the story goes is that Shane wasn't with it. Any of the things that Vince was doing. and that's what led to them, splitting up and Shane not being involved with the company anymore.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in retrospect to speculate on. Like I even seen a clip going around of an old promo that they had where Vince and Stephanie were in the office, and she was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. All the dates with your friends when I was 17, telling them what you promised I would do for them." Like
Whoa.
really explicit stuff that I'm like, damn, I don't remember this when I was a kid, but it's right there.
Shit, I need to rewatch.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it and send it to you because I seen that and I was like, what the heck? Like that's crazy. Actually, if you want to talk, I'll find it right now.
No, I mean so. There's been a lot of clips coming out now about WWE, the Attitude Era, and all that stuff. Stuff that obviously won't fly nowadays, but that I have to see that clip because that's insane. But on the lighter side,
Okay, I got it. So I'm gonna play the audio from the video right now.
Go ahead.
You know what, Dad? I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry that all my life I've let you manipulate me and use me. All my life just to be the apple of my daddy's eye.
Have a little fun here.
Every time I went out to dinner with one of your business associates, I was 17 years old. You don't think they told me what you promised them I'd do? And guess what, Dad? I did it. I did it for you, the things I did with them, and I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself that I'm just like you.
Crazy.
That's wild, my man.
Crazy. Trigger warning for that one too. Sorry.
The fact that she in detail, said what he's being accused of right now. Crazy.
That clip is from like early 2000s, maybe late 90s. I don't think late 90s.
Gotta be. She sounds super young.
It sounds like maybe, it looked like maybe 02 or something like that. So there was Power driving Stephanie. Oh, man.
Chokeslamming her. That's crazy.
Yeah, when I seen that, I was like, it makes the allegations seem so much worse.
It is a new day in WWE, though. There isn't a McMahon that's involved with the company anymore. The only one that's there is Triple H, and he's the head of creative and content.
Yeah, Triple H and the other guy, shout out to them. That's what I was going to get into. Those two, they took over. Remember, it was not too long ago that Vince had announced his retirement because there was other sexual allegations.
A year and a half ago, they took over the creative.
Allegations on him.
Yeah.
So, and it seemed like, I know a lot of my friends, Ken Stars, we had a whole bunch of people were just like, yo,
Tim Rivera.
Yeah, they were all telling me like, yo, you got to get back into it. It's way different now. The storylines are better. Triple H is doing it.
They're longer, the storylines. They're building them.
I wanted it. Yeah, it just made more sense because I always loved the NXT storylines. I always thought NXT was way better. But it was
And
like
that's
the
Triple
minor
H's
league
baby.
talent. Yeah, because they plucked talent there. So I'm like, now that he's there, I might want to give a run to it. So the timeline, he comes back, Vince. I don't know if he takes back creative, but I can't picture.
Partially.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see him coming back and not being a part of creative still. So
He did partially, but he came back to finish the sale of the WWE.
And they did what the deal with Netflix, and now these allegations. So he's also has stepped down again.
This is before the Netflix. So he came back. He redid the WWE board because they were gonna sell the WWE to I forget the parent company of was now TKO. It used to be called something else. I think it was WMIE or something like that. So Vince came back and Ari was like, I won't buy it unless you fix the board up.
Yeah.
And Vince came back. He bought shares to get back into the board. He fired a couple people off the board. He hired some other people, and he finished the sale. When he finished the sale, Ari said Triple H has to stay on board as head of creative. So, and Vince couldn't. He was there. He was still a board member, and he was getting
no longer the
money.
top shot caller.
Yeah, he was like a silent partner at that point.
Yeah.
But now he's not involved at
He's
all.
out of here. Yeah.
They were like, yo, you got to step down, dude.
Yeah, you're causing too many unwanted eyes in this transition period right now. So take your money.
He messed up that whole week. That was a great week for them.
Yeah, take your little villain mustache that you're walking around with.
Yo, why he looks so creepy with that.
He looks like Zorro.
And now he's got a cane too.
He looks like old Zorro. He looks like
Yeah.
like the original Zorro from Mexico from like 1920. It looks like it's him.
And he paints it too. You could tell, like Vince.
It's jet
Mad
black.
old.
Rick, it's jet black, and his hair is jet black. If you go back 5 years ago, none of his hair was black.
No, he had a little gray.
No, he had a lot of gray. It was like a silver,
Silver fox.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what they call him. But I'm like,
Damn,
now,
Vince, you messed it up for me, man. No, but WWE's good. They're in a good spot right now. So the Royal Rumble was this past weekend. I saw it. It was very entertaining. One of the things that I liked is they're going to do crossovers. So, like, stars from TNA will be in WWE events.
Yeah, they'll pop up as surprise appearances in the Rumble.
So they had the women's champion, Jordan Grace, from TNA. She was in the Women's Rumble. And she did a great job.
It's crazy how far wrestling has come in terms of sharing.
Like, that was a no-no before.
Oh, yeah, what? I think everybody's kind of like bend the knee.
Yeah.
Like, A&E and
Because
TNA,
A&E and New Japan Wrestling do it constantly.
And the TNA was doing it with A&E.
Yeah.
So it's like, AEW, sorry.
And Ring of Honor. So it was Ring of Honor,
yes.
A&E, and New Japan Wrestling. They would always collab with each other.
Why we keep saying A&E? What's A&E? AEW.
AEW.
Yeah.
It's just that's ugly initials like AEW, WCW, WCW, WWE,
Sorry. Yeah.
AEW.
AEW, yeah.
All Elite Wrestling.
They started it, and I think they kind of show now that each wrestler is almost like an independent contractor, unless you're with WWE.
Well, they've always been independent, but this, like, now they could collab.
But the exclusive of, I signed
Yeah.
here for 3 years exclusive is...
That's the thing that Vince did. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Only WWE
That's why he was
is
so
still
ruthless.
doing it. They're not going to break that. Everybody else now is...
no, WWE superstars could appear on TNA programming now.
Oh, yeah? They allow it now?
Triple H is like, he's open to the collaboration, and he was like so graceful that TNA allowed Jordan to be part of the show.
Yeah.
So the Rumble happened for the Women's Rumble. Bayley won. So she gets to challenge either Rhea Ripley or, I don't know, the Japanese lady's name.
Asuka?
Champion. No, it's not Asuka. It's a different one. She's in Bayley's camp or whatever.
Okay.
And then Cody won the Men's Rumble. And
Of course.
the messed up part in the Men's Rumble was CM Punk tore a pectoral muscle.
Oh.
So he's not going to be at Mania 40. So that means the Punk-Rollins match that they have scheduled,
Damn.
they're going to have to X that. And I think WWE is going to pivot, and they're going to have Cody face Rollins, and they're going to have Rock face Roman.
But what was the Rollins? Cody's beef has been to go against, to get the belt, no?
To get the belt, to finish his story. That's the storyline. His father was never the champ. Well, his father won the belt one time, and he raised it.
How long does Reigns have until he breaks the record?
It's still, I think WWE needs to not have them match up. So
Well, that's what I'm
Reigns
saying,
can have
yeah,
more time.
Because
He's
whenever
not
he
close.
versus Cody, he's not going to beat Cody.
Cody's going to take the belt from him.
Yeah. So they have to drag this out until he beats that record.
I don't think he's close.
So beating The Rock at Mania does make sense. I do like your...
And then
your pivot.
maybe having Cody and
Rollins.
Reigns at SummerSlam.
If that's going to be in time for the belt.
He just needs to pass Hogan.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how many days he has left, but until that happens, they're going to keep pushing it.
I think at the Rumble, they announced that he was at 1,225 days as champion.
And what's the record?
Hogan, I think, is like 1,300 or... I got to look it up.
Okay, so if it goes to SummerSlam, he'll probably beat it. By
Yeah,
SummerSlam, there's a chance that he'll
100% I
be
think
around
he
that
will.
number or past it. So
And
then he
then
could
on-
drop the title or get a rematch at Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
And I think on Raw, Rollins came out and he challenged Cody. He's like, yo, you're a guy that works every day. You want the real title, which is this title, the World Heavyweight title. And then Cody was like, you could see it in his face. He's like, this would be the title Dusty Rhodes will be going after. Because Dusty didn't defend the title every once in a while. He defended it all the time. So they're trying to tease it. There's also The Rock teasing it, saying he would love to build the story with Roman. So there's either a chance they do it this year or The Rock comes back, does 6 months with WWE, like at SummerSlam, and then he goes all the way to the next Mania, and then it's him and Reigns. And if Reigns has the belt then The Rock strips it from him. So it's several scenarios on the creative side that you go to. Now, the only problem is, what do you do with Randy Orton?
Yeah. Who's available? Who's left?
So there's AJ Styles and there's LA Knight. LA Knight's probably like, he's a rising star. He's got the biggest pop going so far. He's kind of like a Stone Cold type of guy. I think what they do is they basically salvage Randy. They put Randy in a triple threat with them two, or they figure out one of the two. They face Orton at WrestleMania. But there's a lot of interesting.
Yeah,
I really wanted to see
Randy's
CM Punk and Rollins because they hate each other for real. So I think even the
got
two
some
times
color.
they went at each other on the mic, I thought that was like
top
classic
notch
shit.
Yeah. CM Punk, pipe bomb.
Yo,
Ain't nobody better. Probably. I don't even think I got The Rock ahead of him in promos. I think I got CM Punk as the GOAT for promos.
I'm gonna show you one that Punk did with Cody Rhodes a couple weeks ago. That they went tit for tat. That was perfect.
Yeah,
I don't know who wrote
Cody's
the,
great too. Yeah,
I don't know who wrote the promos for that
it's probably them.
segment right there, but it was fire when they went at each other. So we are gonna be doing WWE stuff here. All right, sports entertainment. Did you know the NFL is listed as a sports entertainment company?
What would they be listed as?
I thought it was like sports, thing. Entertainment is in there.
Well, yeah, because I think they also include halftime stuff, cheerleading stuff, all that extra
Yeah, but that's
stuff.
why Taylor Swift. That's why like people have that theory about the NFL being scripted.
Yeah, but they got that theory about everything.
So, yeah, we will be doing.
If
So
the NFL is scripted, pay your players more.
I wish guaranteed contracts. Like, come on,
At the
these
very
dudes,
least.
dudes is killing themselves. And today, it was announced Vladdy Jr. will be the cover
MLB The Show.
of MLB The Show for this year. His dad was previously on a cover. That's pretty cool to have father son.
Yeah, the cover looks dope. I always look forward to, no matter how old I get.
The Dominican flag is on it.
Yep.
That kind of like hit a little different when I saw it for me.
Yeah. The picture could have been better. It's just him rounding one of the bases, but the overall, the background and everything, I think is really dope. I think there was a couple
love
of
that
years
game.
maybe previously that he could have been up there for the cover, but we'll take it.
I'll take it. Whatever.
Last year was Jazz Chisholm. I didn't like that cover. Too much for me. Too much Miami color, neon colors.
I didn't think it was his. I think they could have went with somebody else. I like Jazz. I think he's an electric player.
I think they did that because the legendary edition of it had Derek Jeter.
Had Derek on it, yeah.
So I think they, whatever money they had for the cover art, I think they were just like, all right, we paid
And
Jeter
Derek
this,
was
whatever's
still
left.
He was still with Miami at the time.
No. This is last year.
Yep, no, but he got the cover before leaving the Marlins.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why Chaz was on the cover.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
But I think that kid will flourish if he goes to a different team.
Yeah, he's got the personality for it.
So that's MLB. I got one thing though. I want to say.
We don't got too much on baseball. It's been
No,
slow.
but I do got one stat that I found it very interesting. I put it up today, and I said it earlier. Tony Gwynn.
Hit me.
So for you young fellas out there that don't know who he is, Tony Gwynn played his whole career with one team. Tony Gwynn never had a 4 strikeout game in his career, in his entire career. The 4 strikeout game is called the Golden Sombrero. Last year, 2023, 162 players recorded a 4 strikeout game. That's greatness.
That's beyond greatness. That's unheard of nowadays.
So that's how. I don't think Tony gets the respect he should get. Man was
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just were really incredible and just kind of just get
and then the
brushed under the
steroid
rug.
era too.
Yeah, Well, yeah, the newer generation now, if you played baseball in the 80s or 90s, they just assume you're on steroids anyway.
Yeah, but Tony went to the World Series in '98.
No, Tony was
against
the man.
Yankees.
Tony was the man. Yeah. All right, for baseball, all I got is a game. So I figure let's wrap
Hit
up
me.
the show with a game.
Let's go.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna only do 5 of them. I have every baseball team in the league, and next to it, it'll tell you what active player has the most home runs against that team and how many.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how you want to do this? I can give you a team and a number, and then you want to guess the player, and I'll give you a couple clues on the player.
Yeah, let's do it like that.
Okay. All right. So just because you are a Mets fan, let's go.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Let's go. Yes, sir. Can you give me the number?
I think Gio has 34 home runs at Citi Field.
A little bit more. Oh, it's in total. Sorry, it's not just
I don't
at
know
their
the
field.
total number. I know he has around 34 to almost 41 at Citi.
Really fucking impressive. 38. Got 38 home runs. All right, 1 for 1. We got
Okay.
4 left. Might as well hit you with the Yankees. So this player against the Yankees is a rival, a division rival, and he has 25 home runs against him. Third baseman.
Rafael Devers?
Yes, sir. 2 for 2. You seen this post? You over here?
No, you didn't send me this one.
I got you. Hold on. All right. So let's go defending champs. Let's go against the Rangers. So the Rangers, person against them has 44. Outfielder.
Mike Trout, I think.
Yes, sir. What the fuck? Rick is on fire right now with 3 for 3. We got 2 left. We're going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays, the player has 34 against them. He's a division rival.
Wait. I want to say Aaron Judge. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with Aaron.
Yes, sir. 4 for 4. All right, let's go. We're going to make this a little bit harder. Let's go LA Dodgers. LA Dodgers, this man has hit 30.
Manny Machado?
No. He's hit 33 home runs against them.
33 dingers.
He's also on this list, I think 2 or 3 times. First baseman.
Damn, this one's a little. Wait. Okay, hold on. Dodgers. NL. Damn, this is the hardest one.
Yeah, this one is hard. First baseman. You want another clue?
Yeah, not too easy though.
He's very, very recently won Slugger Awards and Gold Gloves at first base. Silver Sluggers and Gold Gloves.
Paul Goldschmidt?
Yes, sir. 5 for 5.
I was. Damn, that's. I would have.
5
his
for
name,
5.
right?
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% sure on that one, but because I was thinking Manny, but I don't think Manny. I would like to know actually how many home runs Manny got against LA.
Being that you did so well against on these, do you want to add? I'll add a little bonus where you can name a team, and we'll try to guess that one.
Damn.
So you'll tell me the team. I'll give you the clues on the player and how many home runs.
Atlanta.
All right, Atlanta Braves. Okay.
You gotta send me this list, by the way. This shit is
Division rival,
interesting.
44 home runs.
Is it Pete? Pete Alonso?
No.
If it's not Pete, it's got to be Bryce Harper. Then.
Yes, it is Bryce Harper.
I knew it was one of the two. But that's interesting. I wonder how many Pete got then.
Let's see if I can find.
Is Alonso on that list?
There's a lot of people on this list that are repeated. Alonso is not. So the names that I'm seeing,
Interesting.
Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Joey Votto, Jose Ramirez, Anthony Rizzo,
Votto.
Paul
Give me the Votto
Goldschmidt.
one. It's got to be. Wait.
Votto's on here a couple times. You want to hear them?
All right, I'm going to try to guess one of the teams.
Okay.
Cincinnati, NL Central. Cubs?
Yes. He's got 50 home runs against the Cubs.
Jeez. Well, Joey's
That's
been
the most on the
been with the
list.
Reds for a long
That's the most for any active player against the team right now.
Wow.
He's also got 36 against the Cardinals. And against the Brewers, he's got 43. So he's already built a career off of those three teams.
He's been in the Central all this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else, you got a couple teams. You want to do one more team? Name a team.
Let's go with something interesting. The Angels.
The Angels. Oh, you're probably not going to get this one. 28 home runs against them.
I could tell you who it was before, though.
Who?
It was Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's not no more.
Yeah.
20.
You said 28 home runs?
Yes.
Okay. In the division?
No. He wasn't in the division. He's not in the division currently.
Who's in that division again? That's AL West.
AL
That's
West
Oakland.
is Oakland, A's. Is Houston in there?
I think Houston's in the Central.
Let me double check right now.
The AL's no. Is Houston? Did they put Houston in the West? Houston used to be an NL team, so they're weird. Like,
Yeah. All right, so AL West, you got Houston, Texas, Seattle, Angels, Oakland. So we were missing Seattle and Texas.
Okay, all right. So the Angels, 28 home runs, not in the division anymore. That's the AL. It would be a player in the AL.
Yeah.
Is it?
Do you want a position?
Yeah, I might need one.
Outfield.
Shit, that makes it worse. 28 home runs, AL. So
Yeah, I have one clue left for you, but it's probably going to give it away.
what is it?
He was on the cheating-ass Astros.
No, it doesn't.
Not there anymore.
Is it Michael Brantley?
No. Good guess, but no. You got one more guess.
It can't be Correa because he's a shortstop.
That your guess? Ready?
Beltran.
No. George Springer.
Oh, he wasn't even a thought in my mind.
That's what I said. That was a hard one.
That's hard.
That's a hard one. On the Blue Jays now.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's it for this episode 213. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Hit us on the DM. Listen. Listen, view, download, like, share, comment, subscribe. Comment, most importantly, though. We want to interact with you. Let us know what you think. We'll be bringing all the sports talk all year long. So if you're a guy that goes to the barbershop or the bar and you like to kick it and talk sports, this will be the pod for you to listen. See you guys next week. Same time, same channel.
Yeah, marvelous. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster.